caucus of the MDC parliamentarians. We are happy to say a total of 86 attended out of 111. But because of the security situation, MPs for MDC are now in a endangered species. So some of them have already left to be safe. But we still have leadership here to talk to you. Before us, we have got our Chief Whip in the Senate, Honorable William Tivios. In the center, we have got our Chief Whip for the caucus, Honorable Prosper Mtseyami, and our distinguished Vice President of the party, Senator Maureen Komichi. So without taking much of your time, I'll hand over to our Chief Whip to deliver a statement. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Trevor Saruaka. Thank you very much, members of the 4th State. You have managed to dedicate your time to be with us at this hour. Thank you so much to honorable members who have committed themselves to travel all the way to be with us to this event, which is a so sad event in the history of our country. My honorable fellow colleague, Honorable Chief Whip Tivios, the Honorable esteemed Vice President of the Movement for Democratic Change Alliance, Honorable Senator Maureen Komichi. Members of the 4th State, would like to give a statement on behalf of the Parliamentary Caucus for the MDC Alliance and on behalf of the people of Zimbabwe whom have voted for us. Mostly is to do with our honorable members, then the other part is to do with the nation, and what is it then we look forward to have from the people of Zimbabwe. Then after the presentation would allow members of the 4th State so that you would pose questions, then we will do a way forward. In our country, Zimbabwe, I think you have seen what we have experienced in the past 7-8 days to today. As the MDC party, 5 MDC MPs are being detained and denied the chance to apply for bail, while a 6th member was arrested, detained, and then released without charges after hours of unjustified persecution at Harare Central. That's Honorable Makala. Several others have had their homes invaded, their houses ransacked, and their families petrified. With Honorable Godfrey Stole's brother Kudakwashe being abducted again in acts that cannot be justified at law. The MPs have an obligation to represent the citizens, which responsibility will not be carried out if the MP's freedom is restricted. The government has suspended constitutional rights in fast-tracking trials of our MPs, the many politicians, the activists, and citizens who were arrested indiscriminately. The facts are that Zimbabweans protested reckless fuel price increases by the government announced by Emmerson Mnangagwa, who left fresh flames before leaving to the airport for a luxurious squeeze jet joyride. The government has responded to the shutdown with widespread violence and brutality against citizens and has denied detainees a due process. This violence was multifaceted. It included the armed forces, the police, and shockingly the state outsources torture on citizens through vigilante ZANU-PF groups led by rogue ZANU-PF thugs like Godfrey Gomwe. These are responsible for several atrocities that have been recorded by the police, which the government is concealing. In fact, we have it on record through other sources that this country so far has experienced 15 deaths, and in these the 2 were involving members of the ZANU-PF vigilante groups. And then the police arrested Gomwe, only to be ordered to release him from the highest office after his arrest. While it was not the first crackdown on dissent under a ZANU-PF-led administration, the scope and severity of the oppression currently underway has reached alarming levels. The crackdown has extended beyond the protest, with government intelligence agents, the police, the military police, and the military pulling MDC officials and political activists from their homes and detaining them on frivolous charges and without due process. We have had our activists who have been detained in various parts of the country, and they've never been brought to police stations, but they've been detained at army barracks. This happened in Tare and Blawa. The crackdown has extended beyond the protests, with government intelligence agents directly involved in every angle. The abuse of the judiciary system by the government continues to take place with impunity, in violation of Article 10 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and Section 50 of the Constitution of Zimbabwe. Arrested MDC officials and political activists have their cases being fast-tracked in court system at the expense of the constitutionally and international guaranteed rights to a fair trial. MDC officials and political activists are being subjected to assault, torture, and all sorts of dirty tricks that we don't expect in a democratic country. And they've had their bail applications denied without justification, which are all fundamental breaches of Section 50, subsection 1, and Section 53 of the Constitution. Regardless of the evidence presented before the courts, some accused persons were shockingly convicted and sentenced of up to 5 years in prison. Take, for instance, the case which happened in Chivu. There is now a clear agenda to maliciously and deliberately misuse criminal court processes in a manner that is not justified by the underlying legal action. The principles of separation of powers have been abdicated by judicial officers at their actions as well, and they are fueling and sanitizing the politically motivated persecution of political activists, MDC officials, at the behest of shadow figures. In the quest for executive overreach, the targeting of MDC MPs is an attempt to deal a fatal blow to the legislature the same way the judiciary is being captured. With ZANU-PF elite rapture at play, the MDC caucus is also being targeted to avoid its participation in a rumored impeachment plan. We have nothing to do with ZANU-PF internal politics. We were elected to represent the people of Zimbabwe, not to fight frictional battles of people presiding over a rock state. Not to mention that there is no better of ZANU-PF. We, however, want to make the point that playing a representational role, participating in any impeachment process is not beyond the rights of legislatures, and no one must be persecuted for that. There is, however, no need for impeachment. The executive has failed in absolute terms and violated the obligation to obey and uphold the Constitution. It follows that Mnangagwa and his cabinet must resign. Finally, as representatives of the people of Zimbabwe, we are concerned by the security of the citizens. It was clear from the joint press conference of the police and the army that one, they acknowledge that atrocities are committed by uniformed forces which they in turn want to convince us that it's just rogue elements. Two, they acknowledged that they are incapable of securing the people by failure to secure their own uniforms and arms. Three, the police are incapacitated because they cannot even protect themselves from ZANU-PF youths. Four, more worryingly, they make no mention of a single running investigation regards people who are mass wandering as soldiers or police. Neither do they state a single arrest in this regard. We therefore humbly, on behalf of the nation and the citizens of the country, demand the following. That all the MPs be released. Arrests cannot follow a pattern which party caucus you belong to. That the real criminals who killed, tortured, and raped our people be brought to justice. That the independence of the judiciary be guaranteed, and that due process be ensured to every accused person. That the focus be that of alignment of the laws to the Constitution, specifically the ones that protect our people, laws that are used to switch off the internet, for example, must go. More importantly, the attitudes of political actors must be aligned to the Constitution. We see no reason why the independent complaints mechanism in Section 210 has not been established. As a caucus, we have already written to the Speaker of Parliament regarding the issues. We will hold everyone accountable by the powers vested in Parliament by the Constitution. The last but not least, on behalf of the political party that I represent and the Parliamentary Caucus, we would like to extend our heartfelt condolences to the families across the country, our relatives, our brothers, our comrades, our friends, our leaders across the country. We have experienced death, who are in the spirit of bereaving at the moment. We are very sorry for the loss. We don't expect any loss of a life in an independent country, in a democratic Zimbabwe. We are humbly sorry for the said loss. We cry with you, we pray for you, and we always pray for peace in the country. We always cherish peace in the country, and we hope for the best for the good citizens of Zimbabwe, with the spirit of patriotism, with the spirit of belonging, with the spirit of moving and nurturing our democracy for the good people of Zimbabwe. The people are suffering out there and they need a solution. And us, we are the leadership, and we must provide leadership for the good of the country. And thank you for coming, thank you for listening, thank you. We'd like to thank Zimbabwe, we'd like to thank the whole nation. On behalf of my political party, I represent, on behalf of the leadership, of our esteemed President, Honorable Advocate Nelson Chamisa, we would like to extend our gratitude of thanks for the part you have played, members of the 4th State, for coming to this House, regardless of the situation which the House is in as a result of arson which was done by thugs. We thank you. We'll give now the time for the members of the 4th State, if anyone has a question. The fellow colleagues up front here will help me as we deliberate. I thank you.
My name is Kumo Jamba from Open Party. Today, early in the morning, President Mnangagwa tweeted that he is open for dialogue. How do you view that position as MDC or opposition legislators?
Okay, we have taken note of that one.
My name is Sophia Mapanda, I'm a freelance journalist. My question is, you've indicated that 2 of the people that died in the skirmishes which occurred last week were ZANU-PF members. Do we have any MDC members that also died?
Thank you.
Thank you very much. In any situation of conflicts world over, there is a time when dialogue is a principle which cannot be denied. I think dialogue is about policy, is the platform that can be used to resolve challenges of the nation. But however, the dialogue needs people that are serious, people that really wish to get a solution. Dialogue should be used as a way of trying to cover the shit, do not produce favorable outcome. In the world over, so many dialogues have been held, agreements have been signed, but less than 40% of those agreements have been fulfilled. What I'm trying to say is that if the president is serious about dialogue, he must be committed to resolve the problem. What we experienced last week was a result of the citizens that got fed up with the economic challenge in this country. The citizens reached a boiling point and organized themselves and went into the street. They had no direct leadership at all, but people were fed up with what was happening in the country. The economic challenges of this country have been declined since 2000. People have been trying to talk to the government, but the government has been trying to be funny, to be clever. But you cannot run away from the people when people decide. So people decided last week to take action. If you look at it very closely, the shutdown that was called by the citizens of Zimbabwe was a form of engagement. It was a form of communications. They were trying to communicate to the government leadership. It's unfortunate that the government leadership don't understand the mode of communication. Instead of engaging the people of Zimbabwe, they took up arms to kill the people. They sent the rogue elements of Tranquil youth to come and burn this building, arrest innocent people, maim and kill women and children, burn down houses. That's unfortunate. A good leader will always want to listen, to listen to the voice of the people. The voice of the people is that we want to engage you. What we actually see, arresting of MDC MPs, it's a deliberate ploy, a way to destroy the MDC as a party. Trying to create a narrative that will end up justifying the arrest of the leadership. Trying to justify the president so as to destroy the party. That's very unfortunate. It's not right at all. So as far as we're concerned, my president floated the 5-point plan about a month ago, which was an indication of engaging in dialogue. I think the 5 points have been on the media for a long time. So we don't have any problems against dialogue. Take it seriously. Thank you.
With regard to the people who died, I wouldn't say exactly that these people are MDC people, but what I would say is the people who died, they are Zimbabwean nationals. And as a country, I think it's food for thought to everyone that the majority of the urbanites, they support the movement for democratic change alliance. And the majority of these people, they voted during the past election. And I believe most of those people who have died, amongst the 15 as we speak, with the statistics that we have had, I think the majority of them, they are MDC supporters. And I feel that it's so sad. But I cannot specifically say that who is with us. But I believe the majority of them, they belong to the party. But all the same, party politics will not play here. What matters most is they are Zimbabwean nationals and they've passed on. And we are sorry to the families and the nation at large.
At the moment, in one way or another, and is MDC in any way in contact with some G4?
Thank you. MDC, we are a political party which is by the people for the people, led by Honorable Advocate Nelson Chamisa. We don't have any association with ZANU-PF factional fights, and we are not in any link to their fights. Neither do we help them to resuscitate their fights. We have no links at all. But as the MDC party, we will always support progressive forces that needs people to have bread and butter in their table.
Yeah, just add on. I think the government is very much mistaken when they start identifying groups like MDC party doing this, G4 is doing that. They are deliberate in their way, trying to give blame to MDC and other organizations. If we really go back to that industry, it was a citizen that was standing against it. Why then being selected to choose MDC? Because among the people that were killed, victimized, some of them are from the Catholic diocese. Some of them are from Anglican. Some of them are from the vendors. It was a mixture of all those people. Why then being selective and say MDC alone was what was possible for the action? The action was being spirit by the citizens. So if they are to arrest MDC leadership, they must go and also arrest the Pope in Vatican. And also arrest the Anglican bishop, because their people were also involved in this pastoral associations. So we don't want them to take advantage of trying to just create a situation where they put it on us. The challenge of last week was the most challenge. It was actually triggered by Emerson Mnangagwa when he announced the fuel price hikes. The following day, who then actually caused the demonstration? That was President Mnangagwa himself, by announcing those fuel price hikes. It's not MDC, it's not President Chamisa announcing those fuel price hikes. If he had not done that, we were not going to have actually experienced that kind of that shutdown that we went through last year. So really, you cannot say if what was involved in this. No, it was the people who
engagement, are you looking forward to President E.D. Mnangagwa engaging MDC Alliance? Maybe there are options that are available here. Would you want an engagement of a government of national unity, or would you want an engagement where they recognize you as winners of the previous elections, as you have also claimed that you won the last elections? What engagement are you in a position to listen to?
You actually, you are trying to say that MDC must engage with me. Therefore, it is responsible for the action that took place last week. No, it's not. As I say, the shutdown that was experienced last week was a shutdown of the citizens' demand the engagement with the state. So President Mnangagwa should engage with all stakeholders. Yes, of course, political parties are the stakeholders. Church leaders are also stakeholders. They are also stakeholders. The business community is also stakeholders. And the many other interested in the organization that are in this country. They need society organization. So the solution to this current, to this problem can only be resolved if the government meets all stakeholders. Then it is from the all stakeholders forum which then make reform, or which then come out with anything that whether it will be transitional authority, whether it will be government national unity, whatever to but it must come from the stakeholders and decide.
Okay, I just want to add to that as well. I think as a woman, I am a mother. I'm also a granny. I think all of us at this moment in time know that living in Zimbabwe is very difficult. A bond note is not 1:1. It's time our government faced reality. People are suffering out there. And instead of proffering solutions, the president, E.D. Mnangagwa, made things worse. We are actually number 2. If you look at the fuel costs, Finland is number 1 and Zimbabwe is number 2. Things are tough. Things are expensive for everyone here. For everyone here. Money does not make sense. It's time that issue was addressed. We must stop politicizing every problem that is in the country. Government has to face reality and change things. And they must face people and answer to the people of Zimbabwe. Instead of killing them, instead of maiming them, instead of arresting them, instead of torturing them. So these are issues that have to be looked at by government. Things are difficult.